When most gardeners hear the word ash, they think of waste, something to toss away after a fire. But I decided to do the opposite. I added ash straight to my garden soil, curious to see what would really happen. Was it going to supercharge growth or destroy my plants overnight? The results surprised me, and they'll probably surprise you too. This all started after a pruning session that left me with a mountain of branches. Instead of throwing them out, I burned them down into a fine grey powder, pure wood ash. For generations, farmers used wood ash as a natural soil amendment, but modern gardeners rarely talk about it. So I decided to put it to the test. Could something as simple and free as ash really improve my soil's health? Before adding it, I did some research and learned that wood ash is loaded with potassium and calcium carbonate, two vital nutrients that strengthen plant cell walls, improve root development, and help crops resist disease. In many ways, it acts like a natural version of garden lime, helping to raise soil pH. That got me thinking. Maybe the old-timers were onto something. The biggest mistake people make with wood ash is dumping it straight onto their soil in large amounts. That's a recipe for disaster. Ash is alkaline, meaning it can push your soil pH too high, locking out nutrients that plants need. I didn't want to burn my plants with kindness, so I took the careful route. First, I tested my soil pH. It was slightly acidic, around 6.2, which is perfect for adding a bit of ash. Then, I sprinkled it lightly across the bed, about a handful per square meter, and worked it gently into the top few inches of soil. The goal isn't to create a grey layer, but to mix it evenly. After that, I gave it a good watering to help the minerals settle in. For anyone thinking of doing the same, here's what you should remember. Only use wood ash from untreated, natural wood. No painted or charcoal ash. That stuff contains chemicals you don't want in your soil. Never mix ash with fertilizer or compost that contains nitrogen at the same time. You know, the alkalinity of ash can actually cause valuable nitrogen to escape into the air as ammonia. After a couple of weeks, I started noticing changes. Not dramatic overnight miracles, but steady, visible improvement. The soil felt looser and more crumbly, which told me, yeah, the structure was definitely improving. My cabbages and kale, which really love a slightly alkaline soil, took off with richer, sturdier growth. Tomatoes and peppers, however, didn't respond the same way at first. They prefer slightly acidic conditions, so, they grew slower for about a week, but then evened out after I added a compost tea to balance the nutrients. By the fourth week, the entire bed had a healthier, darker tone. The leaves were more vibrant, the stems were stronger, and the pest pressure dropped. That's something I didn't expect. It turns out a calcium-rich soil makes plants less attractive to certain chewing insects. There's another benefit that's easy to overlook. Ash improves nutrient availability. When used correctly, it frees up locked nutrients in compacted or overworked soil. It also adds trace minerals like magnesium, zinc, and manganese, all in small but important amounts. Even more interesting, ash helps neutralize soil acidity after years of compost or manure applications, which tend to make the soil more acidic over time. So, if you've been adding organic matter season after season and notice your plants looking pale or sluggish, a light ash dressing might be the reset your soil needs. Absolutely, but carefully. Ash is powerful, not magical. It's one of those soil amendments that can either transform your garden or throw it off balance depending on how you use it. Start small, test your soil, and watch how your plants respond. If you garden organically, you already know nature rewards moderation. Ash is no different. A couple of light applications per year are more than enough to supply minerals, balance soil pH, and keep your crops strong. After my experiment, I can say this confidently: wood ash isn't a miracle cure, but it's a powerful, natural ally when used with respect. If you found this helpful, make sure to subscribe to Gentle Herbal Living, share this video with fellow gardeners, and let's keep bringing ancient, sustainable practices back to life, one garden at a time.